Good evening. I'm Don Hammock, Sports Information Director at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, coming to you from Moorhead, Mississippi, where Mississippi Gulf Coast just defeated Mississippi Delta 49-9 to open MACJC play. Later on in the show, we'll talk with Coach Jack Wright and a couple of his players about the performance and look at some highlights. Later on in the show, we'll interview Chance Lovertich, let you get to meet the sophomore quarterback who had a good night tonight. And lastly, we'll interview Coach Jackie Rhodes about her women's soccer team. Stick around. On the field with Mississippi Gulf Coast head coach Jack Wright. Jack Wright, 1-0 start is the best way to go. What did you think you guys did well tonight?
I really played like a team in a lot of areas. Played really well, good team defense, I thought. We needed both the run game and the passing game at times tonight to move the football. So really just pleased with the overall effort. I think a lot of kids contributed to a good performance. There's not one guy that stands out as a guy that kind of changed the game. I think it was just an overall good performance by a lot of different position groups and individuals.
You were able to play a lot of players too. I know that was an important goal for you guys in this game as well. Do you think you got everybody in there?
I'm not sure. I'm going to have to go back and double check that. I hate to say that on camera right now, but we got a lot of kids in. We did, like I told you earlier in the week, we had a lot of kids that deserved to play. There were a lot of guys that we didn't know who the starter was, who the 2 was, who the 3 was. So it will be a big workload for the coaches this week to go back and really nail down what our best chemistry is out there as our best 11.
You ran for 293 yards. DeAndre had over 100 yards. Austin had over 100 yards. Austin had 3 touchdowns. What were y'all able to do running the ball?
Well, anytime you look at the stat book and you had 3 running backs that had a good performance, that tells you something. It tells you the offensive line did a good job for whoever was blocking the football. Running the football, and whoever was whatever they were doing defensively, we were picking it up. So we're really pleased with our ability to run the football. Anytime you can go downhill and pick up chunks, that makes everything easier. We were able to do that at times tonight. I could have told you before the year started that we would have had solid running backs. You know, I felt really good about that position group. Even after ending last year and looking at who was coming back, I felt that would be a strength of the team. It is, but really more so than that, pleased with the fact that a lot of offensive linemen that have just not played much. They're talented kids. They work hard. They know the scheme, but they just haven't played much. They showed tonight that they're ready for showtime in this league.
Throwing the ball yard pretty good too. I think Chance Lovertich wound up 20 of 25. Y'all threw for more than 200 yards. What did you see when you put the ball in the air?
Just efficiency. Efficiency. We had a couple of incompletions, a couple of drops. That's going to happen when you throw the football some. So the key is you have to keep throwing. You can't get your head down on that. You have to keep attacking through the air. So efficiency, I think, is the key word. I think a few of those were touchdowns. I don't know the exact number. But efficiency has been the key word with Chance since he's been at Gulf Coast. And so I think that's he kind of performed that way tonight too.
Defensively, especially in the second half, you really got the turnovers going your way. What did you see out of that group?
Just, going against them every day, from the offensive side, I just see an active group, and that doesn't surprise me. Being in the backfield, creating some havoc out there, not really cooperating with what the offense wants you to do is kind of what I see out of that group. So that is going to lend itself to more turnovers.
It's been a crazy night in the MACJC. East Mississippi's already lost. Coahuma's really playing Jones tough. That game hasn't gone final yet. We've got Coahoma coming to Perkinston next week. What does that mean?
Nobody respects this league more than me. I promise you that. Every week that you strap on a helmet and go play, you better be ready to play a tough game. I have heard, just from sources that some of the teams are going to be much better this year. So none of those scores surprise me. Every week I expect that we'll have a tough matchup. So it's Coahoma next week. We're going to celebrate this one for about 4 or 5 hours on the ride home, and then we'll get to work on them.
Well, we'll let you get off the sideline. I'm about a pint low of blood right now. I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes, but it's a good feeling, and we're happy to have a good long ride home to enjoy it.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jack. We're on the field with Austin Bolton, sophomore running back from Poplarville, had 3 touchdowns, 107 yards rushing tonight. Austin, what were y'all able to do offensively to get you untracked?
You know, I got to give it to my O-line. They did great pulling. You know, them boys up front been working hard all fall camp long, you know, so I got to give it to them. That's the reason why the 4 running backs were able to break tonight.
You had 107. I think DeAndre House had 100 and something yards, and he had a big 57-yard touchdown there in the fourth. What do the 4 of you guys bring to the table?
You know, me and we bring power. You know, we pretty balanced. You know, Sean and DeAndre, they speed. They got great vision, too, so we loaded back there. We loaded.
First quarter came out a little bit slow. Really got things going in the second quarter. Were y'all kind of getting the rust knocked off?
Yeah, we had to get the rust knocked off, you know, like you said. You know, it was our first game, you know, just a little tune-up game. So, but I feel like we got it rolling in the third and fourth quarter. So,
looking forward to head back to Perk and play next week?
Yes, sir. I can't wait.
Thank you, Austin.
Appreciate it.
Here on the field with Malik Jones. Malik had a couple turnovers tonight. Defense really got rolling the second half, taking the ball away. What got y'all going there?
Coach just talked to us, you know, get us hyped up halftime, you know, build it up, keep going.
You guys are the regulators this year on defense. What does that mean for you?
I don't know, it's just a boost, you know, just keep going. Like, I don't know, we worked pretty hard, like during the summer, fall camp was like worse. So, you know, it just bring us together.
What did you see out of y'all's offense tonight?
Oh, they balled. They did their thing. Omni, you know, all them boys, DeAndre, they did their thing. That's it.
What are y'all looking to improve on after this week?
Not letting nobody score. Yes, sir. Not letting nobody score. Can't let them score.
Looking forward to your first home game at Perkinston?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, congratulations.
Yes, oh, yeah. Thank you.
Chance Lovertich led the nation in passing efficiency last year, and he got off to a good start tonight in Moorhead. Let's meet Chance Lovertich.
I started playing football at a very young age, probably about 6 years old. I started to get around the game, you know, throwing the football in the yard. I didn't play tackle football until I was about probably the second or third grade. I can't remember, about 8 years old, but I've always loved the game. I've always loved the quarterback position, and I love the pressure, and I love it kind of all being in the QB's hands. He's the person that snaps the ball, like gets the ball every play, he's touching it every play. I just love every aspect of football. Obviously, the facilities we're in right now can kind of explain for itself, but also the coaches, you know. I got a good relationship with the coaches. They came to my house and recruited me, and I loved what they were saying. I loved the visions they had, and I think those visions are about to happen this year. We got really big expectations this year, and we're excited and ready to just get on the field and show everybody. I've always, one quarterback that comes to mind when you say that is Gardner Minshew, and I live in the same town as him, so I've always kind of known him. And when he was recruiting me, Coach Wright, I kind of texted Gardner and was just like, what'd you think about him, and just all that, and he had all positive things to say, and I think that contributed a little bit into my decision. Honestly, it's hard to decide between one thing. I mean, everything, when you go looking there in the training room, you got the ice tub that's just first class, you got the locker rooms first class, you got a cubby that you can lock, you know, just you go look at a lot of other JUCOs and you just don't see that. Shoot, you can go look at a lot of D2 schools and you just won't see what we have. It's just very special what we got here and the things we have. It's awesome. The teachers are awesome. They're always here to help you, whether you're honestly a football player or not. I mean, I know plenty of people that don't play football, and the teachers are there just to help you just as much, you know. Just they're always here to help you, and there's everybody around here. It's just a good atmosphere to be around. We have very, very high expectations. We don't expect anything less than the national championship. Some people think we're crazy when we say that, but it's the truth. We have the talent, and it's just all about us going out on the field, executing the game plan, and getting it done. Really good things on the offensive side of the ball. The O-line's picking up things like learning blitzes, you know, picking up that kind of stuff. We got really 4 running backs that we can go to, give the ball to, that we're all confident in. And then just the receivers. I mean, the receivers are outstanding between all of them, and I can throw it up, and I just have confidence in any of them going up and getting it. It's the best. It's literally the best. I tell the defensive side of the ball every day, you should have a few touchdowns every day and a few picks, and that's about what we have, like a few interceptions every day, and that's about what we have. That's a good sign. If you have just a ton of touchdowns or a ton of picks, that's kind of a bad sign because one side of the ball is struggling. We have about it evened out every single day. I like lifting weights, outside of football and exercising. Even if I'm done with football one day, I'm gonna continue to do that. I like hunting, doing stuff like that. Big video game guy will do that inside the dorms, messing around, with the guys. Just little things like that, I'll kind of do anything. Very easygoing guy.
Austin Bolton is the Primerica Player of the Game for Gulf Coast's 49-9 win at Mississippi Delta. Bolton had 107 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Primerica is committed to helping Main Street families save and invest for their short-term and long-term goals, providing life insurance and investment opportunities through mutual funds, managed investments, annuities, and business retirement plans. Contact Mike Landrum to learn more about Primerica at 601-268-0805 or at primerica.com/mlandrum, or contact your local Primerica office. Congratulations to Austin Bolton, Week 1's Primerica Player of the Game. Women's soccer coach Jackie Rhodes' club has a tough test tonight at Jones. Let's meet Jackie Rhodes and talk about her Bulldog soccer team.
Early going on, we're still trying to find our identity as a team. With JUCO soccer, the turnover is every year, so every year you're having to find this new identity as a team and get these kids to work together. So we're still in that phase of the year where we're just kind of learning who we are as a team, and we're still trying to do that, even though we're coming into a big game with Jones on Friday. Defensively, we're still learning, but I think we're figuring out who is the right personnel for defense. So hopefully we can see some success. Kaylee, we only have one keeper this year, so she has to step up in that role. Really big time for us this year, and she's had a lot of shots come at her so far early in the year, and she's done a really good job of stopping a lot. And she's only going to grow as the year goes on, and she's getting some training in daily now, so hopefully she can continue that progress. Defensively, we have probably put a different back line in each game with different people, and I think we're finally coming into who we want back there. We've pulled Hannah Helms back from holding mid, and she's going to be back there and center back to really anchor that back line down for us, as well as Isabella Weaver, who's a freshman, has really done a good job for us so far, so they'll really anchor that defense back down. Midfield, we have a duo of Paris Payne and Betty Shoemaker, and they've done a really good job. They're both really good on the ball, so we're hoping they're going to be able to make some plays for us in the midfield going forward. Kiera Sanchez has done a fantastic job. She's someone that we were excited about when she came in. She's got some pace to her. She can get up and down the field, so we're excited to see what she can do. Chloe has been a piece to the puzzle. We've moved around numerous times. Right now we're probably going to use her as a target player up top, see if we have some success with that. She's a tall soccer player, so we're hoping to use that as our advantage. We use her in all different situations across the field. She does a lot of set pieces for us, but we know wherever she goes that we're going to be solid. We're not going to be a team that scores 50 goals a year. We're going to have to take pride in maybe only scoring 20, 25 goals. As long as we are okay defensively going forward, all of that will come in time. So we're not sure where who's going to be that leading goal scorer for us this year. The South is the South. The South is always going to be a dogfight. So I expect nothing different this year. Jones is always going to be a very strong team. They've won it the last few years. So, you never know what happens in the South.
Thank you for joining us on Bulldog Blitz. I'm Don Hammock, and we'll see you next time.